Okej, siemanko, Liskę z tej strony, witam was serdecznie w kolejnym odcinku z gameplayami oraz trailerami i zaczynamy od Far Cry Official 20th Anniversary Celebration trailer, więc zobaczmy, co tutaj w trawie piszczy. Dwudziestolecie serii Far Cry.
From the beginning, we wanted Far Cry to go beyond the typical shooter.
That is crazy.
Dropping you into the most isolated places with the bare minimum to survive. We made it our goal to bring you into the strangest places, somewhere between reality and fiction. We gave you the tools to craft your own story and find your own path. Far Cry pulled you down the rabbit hole more than once. You embraced it at every turn, diving into the madness again and again, where you met helpful friends, terrifying foes, and
right into the camera.
End of the world.
well, something in between. From the heat of a tropical island to the peaks of the Himalayas, you survived an apocalypse and took down vicious leaders. 20 years ago, you stepped into new worlds and turned them into something incredible.
Far Cry 7.
To the 90 million players who embrace our insanity, thank you.
I remasterek jedyneczki. OTXO, okej. OTXO. O kurde. The first berserker, Kazan. Dual wielding, dobrze, dobrze. Metal Gear Solid Official Legacy Series.
I'm David Hayter, the voice of Solid Snake, Old Snake, and Big Boss. Whether you're a longtime Metal Gear Solid fan or your mission has just begun, we're pulling out all the stops to make the legendary franchise more enjoyable than ever before. Metal Gear was first released in 1987 on the MSX2, and while the game was well received, nobody knew just how far the Metal Gear franchise would go. When Metal Gear Solid hit the scene in 1998, it became an instant global phenomenon. Critics called it innovative, a cinematic classic, technically stunning, and even the best video game ever made. The game found millions of fans worldwide. The sequels received equally widespread acclaim, ultimately growing into a franchise that has reshaped the gaming world and remained relevant for decades. Metal Gear Solid gave rise to a new genre of
Siema,
stealth
Pierek,
video
o tych
games,
kamień.
in which
Kolejny dzień mi
select
dał.
Metal Gear Solid
Skubaniec.
players,
Te
additional
challenge.
bonus content, and a
Jak tam twój
breathtaking
lightcon?
of a beloved fan favorite on the way. This is the Metal Gear Solid experience you've been waiting for. What makes a franchise legendary? There's no franchise quite like Metal Gear Solid. It stands on its own as one of the most fun, richly layered, and brilliantly written video game series of all time. And as with most masterpieces, diving in as a new fan
Lepiej niż
can be
mój?
a bit
Pewnie tak.
daunting. For starters, you've got shadow organizations,
Ale
secret agents,
ile
double
warpów zużyłeś na
triple
niego?
agents, non-linear timelines, giant nuclear weapons, clones, and multiple characters named Snake. Fortunately, this first collection sets players on the right path. The Master Collection Volume 1
Kurde, ale
includes
klasyk.
emulations of the original PlayStation versions
Metal Gear
of
Solid.
Metal Gear Solid,
Masakra.
Metal Gear Solid 2, Sons of Liberty, and Metal Gear Solid 3, Snake Eater. These three games, all available for the first time on
HD
Nintendo Switch,
collection version.
PlayStation 5 and
Out
4,
now.
Xbox Series X and S, and Steam, are the perfect place to hone your stealth skills on solo missions and become the legendary soldier you were born to be.
Legendary
The collection
Snaky
will also
Snake.
include the two regional versions of Metal Gear. Fans of the franchise know that if we were to go into a full exploration of everything that makes this franchise legendary, this video could play non-stop for days on end. Instead, we'll focus on a handful of elements that make Metal Gear uniquely Metal Gear. Let's start with some of the innovative and iconic gameplay. Fans know this story is loaded with fun, random things you'd never expect in a high-stakes espionage thriller. For example, you have a boss called Psycho Mantis who can read your mind. That is if you haven't removed your PlayStation's memory card, but what would be the fun in that? You can break out of prison with nothing but a bottle of ketchup. And there's even a secret theater in Metal Gear Solid 3 that plays every cutscene in the game. Of course, that only scratches the surface. The developers knew that even serious games had to be fun, and they delivered. They also delivered on overarching elements that have come to define the game and make their way into popular culture, such as codec calls used to relay critical intel on your mission, constant, high-stakes situations, and a storyline full of twists and turns that keeps players on their toes. Symbols from the game have also come to define the franchise. Even something as simple as this. In a game where your survival depends on your stealth capabilities, the cardboard box is a
Faktycznie
perfect
coś
way to
takiego
avoid
było, nie?
guards, cameras, and enemy traps. You'll just feel more comfortable in the box.
O mój Boże, zapomniałem o tym.
It became an essential tool for Solid
Cardbox
Snake, and
hide,
a bit
kurde,
of an
nie?
unexpected hit among fans.
Klasyk.
Some symbols that began in
Classic.
Metal Gear Solid have even made their way into the wider world beyond the Metal Gear franchise. Metal Gear has become so iconic that something as simple as an exclamation point, used as a device to alert players that their enemy has either spotted them or has been distracted, has found its way into the wider world beyond Metal Gear, appearing in other video games and even in feature films. Solid Snake is only one iteration of Snake. You remember when I said this could go on for days? Well, a few of those days could be spent discussing the snakes alone. So, here's the simple version. The original Snake was born in 1935. He was a man named John, codenamed Naked Snake. Later, earning the
Naked?
moniker Boss. This essentially sets the stage for a wild ride of insane character dynamics, unpredictable family drama, and epic plot twists that have captivated players for generations and continues to do so to this day. But brace yourselves, because this epic collection is just the beginning. Everything you love about Metal Gear started here, but it's about to get even better. Coming up, we'll delve into the epic, long-awaited remake of what many fans consider to be the best game in the entire franchise. And until then, this is Snake,
Snakey da.
signing off.
Snakey da, Snaky Snack. Pięknie. Pięknie. Outcast, a new beginning. Jak tam Pierok nastawiony na 2.1? Mówisz, że tak słabo, tak?
The plant. It spoke to me.
Ja tam czekam na story.
That's impossible.
Chcę więcej Firefly.
Ulukai.
Do you hear me? Anyone in there?
There's no time to waste. My Dolotai Guardians have tracked the enemy's ship. May the odds guide your fist, human.
This fist? You're not even gonna lend me your spear?
I shall not influence the trial. Good luck talking to him.
Wait, why would I need luck?
You'll see.
Are we still focusing on the source of quantum crystals under that island?
Yes, they call it Kizar.
You gotta be strong enough to handle the truth.
Blasphemy!
I know you. You're the problem.
I won't collaborate with humans who lie and deceive.
The invaders! They're coming!
Have you ever been in love, human?
You are not your fatherly ass.
We've made a mistake.
How dare you feed your lies to my daughter? You need to pick a side.
On my way.
Okej. W sumie to wygląda dosyć ciekawie teraz, ten Outcast. Jak na początku sądziłem, że to takie mech, a to tak... No. Commandos Origins, pięknie. Kiedy wychodzą Commandosi?
The year is 1940, and the fires of war burn across Europe.
Nie ma jeszcze podanej, ale w tym roku.
In a time of great
Czekam.
need, a ragtag
Oj, ale będzie grane.
operatives make their way to each war-torn front. From the green fields of Europe to the sun-baked deserts of North Africa. To the windswept peaks of Scandinavia. With enemies around every corner, each mission requires cunning and adaptability. Do you have what it takes?
Pięknie. Dragons Dogma 2, official trailer.
Behold, a world touched by magic, a symphony of myth and reality, an everlasting saga of hearts set ablaze. Lend me a moment and I'll tell you a story of a fantastical realm.
Odyn, to ty?
For untold eons, a dragon has plagued the world. Its ominous shadow looms over the lands, a dreadful creature of chaos
Very dreadful.
and awe, with tales of its cruelty echoing far and wide. No mortal would dare to dream of challenging the dragon in single combat, yet there is one who must. In a legendary tale doomed to repeat across the ages, the dragon chooses a worthy champion from each generation, wrenching the beating heart from their chest and forging a being known as the Arisen. This hero, marked by fate and burdened by their lost humanity, must rise from the trappings of ordinary life and answer the call to take up arms in search of the dragon who stole their heart. But the path of the Arisen is not a solitary journey, for they are granted access to the Rift, the thread connecting worlds,
I see you recognize my work, Arisen.
where they can summon mystical beings from parallel realities, the loyal and hard-working pawns, masters of archery, wielders of potent spells and skilled in the arts of swordplay and melee. The pawns become the Arisen's companions and confidants
I hope you slept well, Master.
as they go forth on their
Master.
journey together. In pursuit of the beckoning dragon, The Arisen and their pawns set foot across two nations, as disparate in terrain as they are in their ways of life. In Vermont, a fertile land cradled by alpine peaks and rolling hills, the fortress city stands as a bastion of prosperity and security. Cascading waterfalls and serpentine rivers flow throughout the countryside, feeding into fruitful farms where a feeling of abundance permeates the fresh air. Just above the capital city, Vernworth Palace rises proudly.
You are approaching the gates of Vernworth.
Here, the Arisen is traditionally revered as the sovereign, a monarch crowned by destiny and looked upon as a champion, protecting the land from the dragon's scourge. Beyond Vermon's verdant embrace lies Batau, the nation of Beastren, a land of unforgiving deserts. Its shifting sands and jagged canyons require creative thinking to traverse, with gondolas connecting precarious outposts. Here, the Arisen is not an esteemed sovereign, but an outsider, their pawn companions believed to be a source of grave misfortune. Batau's rulers are not of human lineage, but rather Beastren priestesses who worship the lambent flame. For the Beastren believe its sacred fires shield them from the calamity of the dragon. Meanwhile, outside the reaches of human and Beastren, hidden within the depths of the forest, an ancient sect of elves resides in seclusion, speaking in a tongue known only to them, and avoiding contact with other races. On their journey, the Arisen will navigate through conflicts between species and the complexities of culture, faith, and history in each land. The choices the Arisen makes will shape not only their future, and that of those with whom they interact, but the future of the world itself.
No, długi ten trailer.
Arisen's odyssey is fraught with peril. For the world is home not only to human and beastren, but to all manner of monsters, hungering to defeat the hero.
Ale go tam wylizał.
Each step of the way is marked with blood and sweat shed in the face of relentless adversaries. The harrowing shrieks of harpies reverberate through the mountains and canyons. Resourceful goblins lurk in the shadows, skillfully adapting to the terrain and waiting to ambush in groups. The footsteps of lumbering golems, animated by powerful charms, shake the earth and rattle the Arisen's bones. And when the sun sets...
Up we get. We can expect a busy night.
Skeletons, ghosts, and
vampires
in slumber. A single undead, murmuring to itself, adrift in memories of its living past, is a haunting sight. But a horde of undead, united in a mindless nocturnal frenzy, is a truly nightmarish test of mettle. And the mightiest foes are monsters most only see in myths. The Minotaurs trampling hooves, the Medusa with its petrifying gaze, and the Dullahan's ghastly severed head will strike fear in even the most stout-hearted. And with every exhilarating encounter, the hero must think creatively. It will take cleverness as well as courage to conquer the three heads of the Chimera, slay the soaring griffin, and overpower the bronze giant, Talos. Each victory emboldens the Arisen's spirit and prepares them for the inevitable showdown with the indomitable dragon. The culmination of both their destinies. Welcome to Dragon's Dogma 2.
Pięknie. Jak przejdziemy jedyneczkę, weźmiemy się za dwójeczkę. Będzie pięknie. Może do tego czasu fixę to, co trzeba po dwójce. Będzie git. Until then. Until then. Help us. Help us. Into the dead, our darkest day. Cóż to jest? Into the dead. Into the dead. Side-scroller, survivor horror. Choice matters. Okej. Jak to ma powolutku? Dzisiaj późno stałem trochę. Za dużo nie porobiłem, a spoko. Okej. Ok, spoko. Chwileczkę. Rose and Lockets.
My daughter's spirit.
Collect those sins for me.
Yes, collect sins.
Never see the light of day again.
Byłeś ukryca? A, no proszę, proszę.
So that's what I'm doing. Against Wrath, the Lord of Hellfire.
The Lord of Hellfire.
Sloth in his city up in the sky.
No byłem na początku marca. U Barbera.
Pretentious pride. But when I'm done with envy's targets, he's next.
He's next. Jeszcze niecały miesiąc i urlopik? O, tak wcześnie bierzesz urlopik? Nieźle, nieźle. The Signal.
The Signal is an open-world survival crafting game where you play as an explorer in search of a
Czyli to nie jest dla mnie
new home
coś?
for humankind.
Niestety. Survival crafting nie są
Your
dla mnie
search brings
gierki.
you to a seemingly unpopulated planet filled with natural beauty and curious biomes that are littered with strange alien relics. As you explore the planet, you chart the ecosystem and understand its inner workings. You'll always have multiple paths forward, and it'll be up to you to determine how to manipulate the planet's
Na Cypr,
resources,
no.
material and physical
Takie
properties,
prawdziwe
weather and
wakacje.
creature behaviors in order to survive and thrive. In this video, we'll show one example of how you can leverage creature behavior. This biome is inhabited by long-necked sabers and the muskeg bear. You need to expand your infrastructure with power, but sabers are aggravated by the ultrasonic frequencies emitted by your relays and will attack and destroy them.
Na pewno gierka ładnie wygląda, to trzeba
By
przyznać.
scanning the habitats, you'll have learned that sabers are afraid of predatory bears, and that bears love muskeg fruit. Pull up your draft of a power relay that's been infused with the muskeg fruit. Place, then materialize it without getting spotted. Now bears will defend this area, and sabers will not attack your power relays. Your network is safe. Everything you do on this planet affects your ecological footprint. In this example, we've shown one way to solve a problem, but there are many other ways to approach this challenge. You'll quickly learn that this planet is watching you and has the power to react to your every move.
Ooh.
Wishlist the signal on Steam and join our Discord for updates and exclusive access to playtests where you can provide feedback that helps shape the game.
Ciekawe. Ciekawa ta mechanika. No, Apostle.
Welcome to this gameplay overview of Nano Apostle. Today, we'll be showcasing our first boss, the axe-wielding Berserker. The Berserker utilizes its immense size and speed to overwhelm Anita and her Apostle nanites. Firing the nanites at the boss will cause them to swarm, allowing Anita to regain some health by dealing enough damage. Every boss in Nano Apostle has a fail-safe second stage that becomes deadlier and more intense. To combat this onslaught, use the nanites to deflect and parry enemy attacks. This will trigger Nano Apostle's unique destruction point system. Attacking an enemy's destruction point inflicts substantial damage and induces a staggering effect for follow-up strikes. Use all of your skills to overcome your opponent and witness the brutal reality of Nano Apostle.
Okej. Brutalna krista.
Rated E10 for
Polana
ages
to
10 and up.
Polana. Strzelił jakiegoś pajączka. Przerwali w odpowiednim momencie, żeby nie było, że go tam zeźrę coś. Project Tower.
Welcome to Project Tower. Imagine a world where Earth has been invaded by the Higgs, an alien species. In this chaos, every single human is made prisoner in towers. Each of its floors simulates different environments. The only hope to get your freedom back relies on our main feature, the morphing ability. We don't want to spoil you too much, so we'll stop here for the story. Can you smell the danger around you? That's the smell of bullet hell. Those deadly balls that will track you throughout the game. When you manage to overcome them, you'll soon see. But what would be an exciting game
Saurus.
without epic boss fights? We all love a good challenging battle. So learn the patterns and fight for your life.
Trochę mi to przypomina tego z walki jak z The Returner. Kurde, zdecydowanie, nie?
As you can imagine, many secrets hide within the story. By adding tricky puzzles all along the way, we tried to use them to immerse you even more in the universe of Project Tower. Don't worry, it won't scratch your head too much. Thanks to the morphing ability, barriers transform into opportunities and setbacks drive to growth. So you'll be fine. By the way, I bet you didn't know that Project Tower was made by a small team of 4 people. Thanks to the incredible Unreal Engine, we were able to transform our ideas into reality. As you can imagine, we put a lot of work into our game to try and make it as fun as possible for you guys. So we really hope you'll enjoy it. Are you ready to take this challenge? To fight for your freedom and show the world that fate is nothing without action?
Project Tower. Survival Nation, Lost Horizon. Yet another survival with zombies. Okay. Honkai Star Rail 2.1.
You've witnessed it, so there's no need to hide. Even the shiniest city has its dark side. Surely I don't need to explain too much to you. Here's to you, sober one, with this glass of a dream within a dream.
It's only when the sword is unsheathed that those hazy memories start to become clearer. This is where it ends.
Clock Studios theme park, the most popular entertainment center in Penacony. The culture of a city reflects its history in the most authentic way.
All this free time, why not make the most of it with a game? High stakes, high rewards. All or nothing. Using Robin's death as a bargaining chip, I'll ruin this beautiful dream and create the grandest death. Ladies and gentlemen, ready to unveil your cards?
Oh shit, ale ciary mnie oblazły. To będzie dobre. O. Nowe minigierki, spoko. Nice, nice. Nice, nice. Ascendant Infinity.
Welcome to the post-apocalyptic party we call Harmony. Let's grab that sweet, sweet biocore. And may the most badass motherfucker win.
Hell yeah. We got the biocore.
What the fuck?
Let's rock and roll, baby.
Rock and roll, baby.
Initiated.
Incoming airstrike!
Bang, bang, boys.
Hey, someone get me a bigger can of bug spray.
Bug spray.
Shield activated.
Anyone else want a taste?
Rest in pieces, dumbass. Toxic gas released.
Time to patch up, amigos.
That's on that.
W sumie to wygląda na takiego innego Fortnite'a, nie? Ciutkę. Może z pierwszej osoby widzimy, nie?
Oh yeah, like they're gonna need some serious therapy after that.
Ada, Tainted Soil. Spoko wyglądający indyczek. Ada. One last breath. Post-apokalipsa jakaś. Winter Survival. Pięknie, pięknie. Stasis, Bone Totem na konsolki. Hogged. No, to już bardziej ten... Jakiegoś Fortnite'a przypomina też, no. Pięknie. Nie wiem, czy ja w to nie grałem, kurde, jakąś otwartą betę? Albo może jakiś demo, albo coś? Nie. Hold. Unlimited treasure hunt. Final stand, Ragnarok.
Mortals, champions,
gods,
Hell and her forces rise again to lay claim to this realm. You, chosen by my divine hand, must put a stop to this oncoming doom.
Yes.
It is time for one final stand. For real this time. And now, for my heroic champions that need no reintroduction.
No, to jakieś kurde fale mobów, kurde? Trzeba przeżyć? Czy to taka bardziej moba?
And it will take all of you. Hell's fury has grown.
To taki bardziej tower defense.
Worry not, for I am a benevolent god and do well by those who fight for me. Here, have a sandwich.
With the pork. Lots and lots spiders. Jak ktoś ma arachnofobię, no to powodzenia.
I know the start of this campaign has not gone to plan. But you have my solemn vow that however you fight, wherever you fight, Asgard is with you now, and for what is to come. This is our final stand.
To rock the rock. Do, 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 do.
Would yourself a hero, a humble farmer. Perhaps you seek a darker path. In Mirthwood, you will choose your own way. Construct a backstory where every choice is double-edged. We'll select a quest life as a royal and a rat catcher, because we can. We're resistant to disease, if a little romantically challenged. For now, we'll look to upgrade our shoddy gear. There's a wide world bound to hide some loot.
Jak indyka kurde, to spoko wygląda nawet. Tego typu giereczkę.
To uncover stories, find rare loot and fight for survival.
Jakieś elementy walki nawet. Ale to taki właśnie survival, nie? Mamy życie, energię i żarcie, nie?
Some equipment possess traits affecting our abilities or influencing how others perceive us. Here in town, we'll look for work. As you unravel the main story, side quests and contracts can be acquired at taverns, town boards, or from other characters.
Jeszcze jakieś elementy repy?
Some scenarios are entirely up to you. Even those involving your close friends. We'll choose to free Benedict rather than leaving him to die, increasing our morality and renown. Your character will level skills by performing them. Unlock powerful skill cards. Will you stack your hands as a charismatic charmer? A stalwart warrior? Or play a jack?
Trochę tutaj Simsów widzę.
And don't expect to explore
unicorn.
Travel
Geralt,
with
gdzie jesteś?
Human and animal alike. Adopt the art of falconry to gain a set of eyes in the sky. This is your land of opportunity, to be beloved or despised, or just a simple rat catcher.
Mirthwood. Spoko. Czym teraz mamy? Fallen Aces, okej.
Been a long time, Michael.
Zdechy z gwoździami, jeszcze po twarzy. O ty kurde. Jajeczka dostała. Patelnie najlepsze do obrony. Zwłoki wylatuje. So whoopas. Okay. Immortal death.
Yes, my liege.
That's just some immortal death. Oh. Grey. Grey brzmi jak grey po prostu, czyli szaro. Czyli takie biało-czarne. Wszystko się zgadza.
Hi, my name is Lucas and I'm half of Lobo Sagaz Studio, the Brazilian team behind Gurei. Gurei is a 2D action platformer about fighting a diverse cast of boss enemies inspired by Japanese mythology. Here's the twist. Although you need to defeat all bosses to complete the game, you can fight them in any order, and their power will be scaled accordingly. Here, I choose to go for the red Kami first. I'll be losing this fight to show you how the system works later.
Pokonana.
If the player struggles on a boss, they can choose to go for another one that wasn't yet defeated, as long as there are still retries left, of course. After beating a boss, the player gets a unique skill. In this case, it's the bow, a long-ranged weapon. Now, let's keep going. This is the difficulty 4 Orange Kami. Right now, we've got both the shield and the bow skills. In the final game there will be 10 different bosses, skills and difficulty levels. That's a lot of possible combinations. Remember the first boss that we tried to defeat? We are going to face it again, but now its power will be a lot bigger. Thanks for watching so far and enjoy the fight.
Pięknie. Okej. Wishlist now. Pięknie. Steel Seed. Pięknie. Reka. Realm of Ink. No, co nam tutaj pokażecie? Odnośnie tego roguelike'a. Jaką mapę? Znaczy areny w sumie bardziej pokazują jak na razie. Są moby. W końcu. Gatekeeper. To już widziałem, kurde, ale to chyba było wcześniej w Early Accessie, może teraz ten wychodzi w Final Version. Tutaj to ktoś się zlimitował do 75 FPS-ów chyba tylko. Ciekawe. No chyba, że ma taki monitor. Jeszcze ewentualnie taka ewentualność. Enhance. Pięknie. Nice. Gatekeeper ludziska, tak jest, tak jest, tak jest. Ale ludziska dobrnęliśmy do końca dzisiejszego odcineczka, także dzięki wielkie jak zwykle za oglądanie. Widzimy się już niedługo w kolejnych. Trzymajcie się. Hej, hej.